We have Leanne Shelton. She is a LinkedIn top voice, author, speaker, and her spark topic today is AI human first approach. I said that all wrong, sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Okay, so raise your hand if you're excited about the potential that AI presents. Okay, keep your hand raised or raise it if you're also freaking out about the impact on humanity. Yes. So I very much resonate with you, and I strongly encourage and enforce a human-first approach for a few reasons. I'll delve into it in a moment, but let me first look at some examples of what human-first is not. Commonwealth Bank. They cut 45 jobs in July and replaced it with this amazing AI voice bot. And then sheepishly backtracked saying, whoops, that was an error. My bad. That was a mistake. The bot wasn't any good. People complained. Then we have Klarna, which is like a, buy now, pay later platform. Last year, they proudly cut their workforce by over 22% because they had these amazing AI customer service tools. And look who's going through a major recruitment drive in 2025 in May. Whoops. We made a mistake there as well. So this is what happens when you take an AI first approach versus a human first approach. You think about cutting the corners, saving money, because this shiny AI thing it's kind of arrived. And that's not what I believe in. What I believe in is creating a really healthy AI human fusion, which is the name of my book at the back there. And that's based on the habits framework. And it works really nicely because we need to create healthy habits with AI right now because our future depends on it. Dun, dun, dun. Yes, it does. So this is basically a simple, holistic way for leaders to approach AI and move beyond that hype, the overwhelm, and the shininess that AI is presenting to the world. It's very easy to get caught up in that, but I want you to really take a step back and pause and look at this framework here. So what it talks about is, and this is, yes, ChatGPT generated, that's me, my little robot friend. H stands for humans. And this is remembering that AI can't replace your creativity. It can't replace your emotional intelligence and your real world experience. And too many people just jumping onto the AI bandwagon think it's this amazing solution, it's saving all this time, but forgetting about the humans involved in the process, like what those big companies did. So what you want to be doing is using AI to amplify the human experience and expertise. And with all that free time you have, focus on human connection. And that's connecting with yourself, like taking actual lunch breaks or going home early, or it could be connecting with your family, or it could be connecting with your team members and actually mentoring them more, or having coffee with your clients because all those mundane tasks are being tackled. That is the best approach for the human first approach. The A in the habit stands for AI, obviously. And this kind of ties into the humans part because I strongly believe AI needs to be customized, so ChatGPT and Copilot, etc., to actually become an extension of you as a human. So this is what a lot of people don't do. They don't train it, don't customize it on their business, brand voice, and customers. Takes literally half an hour to do. I do this in my workshops all the time. Half an hour to train it on these three things. Amazing impact. It becomes an actual assistant because basically you need to see AI as like a human assistant that you can't just say, hey, welcome to the team, now create strategies and content for me without any background knowledge. It needs to go through an onboarding process. And that is really key with training the AI to know all that. Then the BI stands for business implementation. And this is where things like AI policy comes into play. And that's not just for internally, like when to use AI, when not to use it, security aspects, like what not to upload to it. It's also externally. So being transparent to your clients of when you are and are not using AI and how you're using their data. And it's also about keeping in mind the ethical and responsible usage of the team. So not just jumping onto it without a second thought. It's actually thinking through it all. Looking at IP, So yes, copyright, very hard. If there's not much human input, you've got to put more of that in. And as I mentioned, the sensitive information. And then there's the TS. So once you've thought about the humans, you've trained up the AI, you've got all your systems kind of set up, you need to bring your team along for the ride. So you need to make sure everyone feels safe. They don't feel like they're going to be made redundant, right? Their jobs are not at risk. So create responsible guidelines for AI. Just because you can doesn't mean you should necessarily. It's about encouraging thoughtful experimentation. So creating that safe space to talk about how they are using AI and say when you don't want them to use it. And also embedding that culture of continuous learning. And AI literacy is so lacking in Australia, but we need this because otherwise everyone's just doing a haphazard approach, focusing on the outcomes and not looking at the mindset and the strategy that needs to come first. I found this quote from Kathy Ross, who's from Gartner. There was some really great research done recently. And basically, she said, the human touch remains irreplaceable in many interactions, and organizations must balance technology with human empathy and understanding. AI needs to support us and needs to enhance us, not replace us. And unfortunately, too many people are focused on cost cutting and cutting corners and not thinking about the bigger picture. So that's me wrapped up. Keep it human and just remember the human first approach is a healthy way forward. Thank you.